Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Aesop Grim here, and this is a continuation of my playthrough for Bannerlord War Sales. This is the third video in this series. The first two were done on release day with a throwaway character so that I could check some things out, get a feel for the game a little bit, but mostly so that I could take a look at the Nordic troop tree and plan how I was going to make my character. So this, your Friday episode, TGIF by the way, and I hope you all had a happy Thanksgiving, is episode number 1. And we're going to make our actual character here. I'm going to go in here, I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to create this character, and then I will back brief you on what I did and why. So stand by for me. All right, guys. I have our character. His name is going to be Eric, like Eric the Red. He is a typical blonde-haired, blue-eyed Nord, and he's big with good weight, but he's got an athletic build, deep-voiced. I took him away from the default, like almost albino Snow White, and gave him a little bit of color. If we hit next, and then he has the new hair. Can I back that off? Long ponytail with the black woven in, or I think that's actually like a chocolate brown, dark brown. Yeah. And I gave him the new Viking beard also. This was a toss-up. There was another one I was looking at. It was this one right here. But I decided the cone here was just way thicker. It makes me think of a bird's nest. So I came back down and grabbed, I think it was this one. Yeah. And then his tattoo is this war paint right here that I colored red because I think it makes it look like he was just in a fight. And he has the blood of his enemies on him. And it's just, I think, particularly nasty looking. So that's what I went with. You know what? There is teeth type. I want him to have some jacked up teeth. There we go. And then over here, you can see that for what I've selected, we have the daring trait. We have 5 points into vigor, 4 focal points into one-handed, 1 throwaway point into two-handed, because I don't plan on doing two-handed. I plan on doing polearm instead. 4 points into control, attribute points, 2 focal points into throwing, 2 attribute points into endurance, 2 focal points into athletics, 2 attribute points into cunning, 1 focal point into scouting, 2 attribute points into social, 3 attributes points into intelligence with 1 point into stewardship, and down here with the new stuff we have 1 point into boatswain, and I forget which 2 attribute points boatswain is governed by. But we basically, your family's loyalty ran deep, not in sprawling lands or grand titles, I should say, but in service. For generations, they'd served as hersers, the trusted retainers for a minor jarl who kept watch over a windswept corner of the Nord territory. Followed by your uncanny ability to predict the weather. You were fascinated with clouds and patterns and always observed weather, often warning your family of impending storms with uncanny accuracy. Followed by herded the sheep. You went with other fleet-footed youths to take the village's sheep, goats, or cattle to graze in pastures near the village. You were in charge of chasing down stray beasts and always kept a big stone on hand to be hurled at lurking predators if necessary. So maybe borrowing a little bit from the David Goliath story, where David grew up as a shepherd and had to keep wild predators at bay with his slingshot. Became a war child of the North. War ravaged your village, leaving you orphaned and hardened by hardship. You scavenged for scraps, learned learning to fight for survival in the harsh wilderness. Now, driven by a thirst for vengeance and a desire to carve your own path, you seek to join a warband and prove your worth. And then we defeated an enemy in battle. Not everyone who musters for the levy marches to war, but not everyone who goes on campaign sees action. You did both, and you also took down an enemy warrior in direct one-to-one combat in the full view of your comrades. And that's where we got the valor from. We get a sword. I am probably going to want to switch to an axe whenever I can, but for right now we get a decent sword, it looks like. And then finally, you subdued a raider. You were able to grab a knife, and in the confusion of the attack, you stabbed a raider, blocking your way. So there we go. This is Eric, as in Eric the Red. We're going to put it on Bannerlord difficulty, but clan member battle death chance reduced by 50%, and hero disabled battle death, so we will only die from natural causes. Everything else will stay the same. Fast mode is enabled, and enable birth and aging is also enabled. For fast mode, you have to actually enable this at the launcher screen before you launch into the game. If you don't, you need to quit out and go do it through the launcher. It will not work any other way. So we'll hit start game. And we're just going to blast through all the introductory
it's been 3 days
stuff.
Now we've been tracking those bastards. This looks like an old training field with a lead. Are you sure about that? All right then. One of a...
Since that was all done in previous episodes in this series. Leave. Okay. Click to continue. And we are going to be Clan Iverson. I'm thinking of Ivar from the History Channel's Vikings series. That dude was played spectacularly. Man, he came off as crazy. And we're going to go black and soft gold. There's a Viking symbol in here that I want to grab if I can find it. Looks like I passed it. Oh, it's down in... Here's your symbol section. There it is. Going to drop this down some. Okay, I'm going to Alt-Tab out and bring up a Google page. What is the meaning of the old Viking enter, I guess, linked triangle symbol? It's called the Voknut, which translates to knot of the slain. In modern Norwegian, is not attested in Old Norse, but is a modern compound derived from valor. Okay, that's talking about the word. Widely associated with Norse mythology, particularly with Odin. And here we go, symbolizing the journey of fallen warriors to Valhalla, representing bravery in life and a noble afterlife. Other proposed meanings include representing the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, the interconnection of fate and destiny through the Norns, and even a protective emblem for the souls of the deceased. So another AI answer I saw revolving around this, because I typed it in differently before, said that it kind of combined those two things. It was the idea of traveling to Valhalla through a good death, where you went out in a blaze of glory and they carried you out on your shield or something like that, you know. Blood involved, you died a warrior's death, and you traveled to Valhalla. So that's the symbol we're going to run with, the Voknut. Okay, we will hit done. I don't need a stealth tutorial, and we will go to Ostican now. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up trade. We're going to come over here to our stealth outfit, drag all this off because I like tactical enlightenment. Don't really care too much about stealth. I think it's neat. I enjoyed playing the stealth game whenever it first came out. It's not my favorite thing in the world. It's not my... I don't hate it. I got no problems with it at all. It's just not what I play Bannerlord for. So this is better. This is better. This is better. And my current sword is tier 3, so I'll keep it. So we're going to sell this stuff for a pretty penny. 1,045 gold. Okay, now we're going to go to the port. And the goal here is to just get through this stuff as fast as possible, because I've already played this stuff in the previous episodes.
By my blood, damn. I am Gunnar. I've come to this... see how... I know it's hard to... So, I'm going to make you a proposal.
Okay, go to the Tavern District. We can talk with this guy from right here, I believe. Hey, that's somebody different. No, we need to visit the tavern. Talk with this dude.
Aye?
Purig.
So, who are you then? Oh. Well, good for you. You're indeed of a mind. The Northern Sea... I did. Come.
My brothers, I hope this letter finds you...
And there's no escaping this, so we gotta watch it. It is excellent.
Join me in Ostican. That time has now come. Let me tell you what has befallen me since we last parted. I have been trying to gather warriors here to help us fight the Sea Hounds. I was lucky to find one very capable and brave soul who came to my help when they ambushed me in an alley. This warrior has a sister who was enslaved along this coast and agreed to join me in my hunt in the hope of learning more about her whereabouts. I had planned to sail out of Ostican with our old comrade, Purig. I considered myself very fortunate to have found him. Here was a warrior with a ship who shared my hatred of the Sea Hounds, ready to sail with me. But I had misjudged him. He was instead the lowest form of traitor, a man whose feigned camaraderie concealed a contempt for all that we value. The first night on the open sea, we were woken up by Purig's men holding knives to our throats. Purig had struck a deal with the Sea Hounds, and he intended to hand me over to them to be tortured and killed. He was always ambitious, and seemed eager to win favor with what he imagined to be a new power in the north. I am sorry, old friend, he said, but the Sea Hounds are strong and rich, and I think you always wanted to die spitting defiance at your foes. This was the last he spoke to me. His men chained us to the oars. The sea was calm, and the weather hot. They made us row hard, and we suffered greatly as we cruised the coast looking for merchantmen. Presumably Purig wished to appear before the Sea Hounds with a prize or two in his hands to make more of an impression. In this way, his plan was undone by his greed. On the third day, we came across a stubby trading Knar and gave chase. As we closed, the Knar's crew first started to dump their cargo and then their own selves, as the pirates were shooting them with their bows. Eventually, we caught the Knar. Purig sent us as oar slaves to his prize, alongside some crew who hadn't jumped, with some pirates to guard us as he gathered up all the floating cargo. That was a mistake. His men found some casks of wine aboard the Knar and failed to chain us properly. Purig's Nekja by then was some distance away, and we realized that if we wanted to end our miserable ordeal, we'd never get a better opportunity.
Okay, this is always a little bit sketchy.
Get up and Strike them
for
down.
me.
Well done.
Well, that went really well, actually.
Help us get these chains off, huh? Well done.
Let's see, X to man the oars. When we start to turn, take notice that the side we're turning to stops rowing, which makes sense, right, for the physics, so that you can turn in that
Right.
direction.
Now, let's slow down so they can climb aboard.
But they don't 100% stop. They row every other
You see
turn,
those poor lads thrashing in the water over there.
which allows the ship to maintain
There's 2 more of them
velocity
over there. Let's
while
go fish them
also
out.
maneuvering. And I just thought that was really neat. So we'll move left now. See, row, skip a beat, row. Now the other side. We could have unfurled our sail, but I wanted to show you that instead.
Right. Now,
That's kind of some
slow
attention
down
to
so they can
detail going
climb
on
aboard.
there, you know?
Think not. So look.
Okay, we can upgrade. So we have 2 perks that we can select in one-handed. We are going to go with wrapped handles over basher. And we're going to take swift strike over to be blunt because the Nordic troops, a number of them carry both an axe and a sword. I don't know if it's right to say a number. It's like a couple of them. But at any rate, this does give, it's a general 2% to all one-handed weapons, so it gives me flexibility. I like that. Athletics, we're already at 34. We are going to take health. For the Nords who have no access to cavalry, this might actually be really good. I'm not sure. By the way, if I didn't mention it before, and I may have, because this is like my 3rd time recording this video, I keep messing it up. I plan on playing my character kind of like Rollo, who was a Nord Viking that was hired by King Charles the Bald of France. King Charles offered Rollo the Normandy coast land if he would swear fealty and become part of the French kingdom. He also offered Rollo his daughter's hand in marriage, and this was in exchange for Rollo, as I mentioned, swearing fealty to King Charles, as well as converting to Catholicism. Rollo did, and brought his crew with them, and the whole thing was for Rollo to use Viking war prowess and tactics to hold off other Vikings. So he accomplished this. The resulting mixed bloodlines of the Viking Nordic bloodlines and the French bloodlines, as they intermarried with each other, resulted in the Norman bloodline. That, hundreds of years later, would result in William the Conqueror going across the Channel and conquering England, and then Norman bloodlines mixed with Anglo-Saxon bloodlines, and that's how you get English. That's how the English bloodline came into existence. It is a hybrid bloodline made up of Norman and Anglo-Saxon. But the big thing that the Normans did is they blended Viking warrior, I guess, ethos and tactics, and just a zeal and thirst and aptitude for battle with French discipline and standing army tactics. And part of that was cavalry. So you ended up with this heavy cavalry, if I'm remembering correctly, for the Normans that you just didn't want to go up against on the field of battle. They used them extensively. As I understand it, the Valandians are actually modeled off of the Normans. So my plan here is to be a visionary kind of Viking, kind of like Ragnar from the History Channel's Vikings series. Somebody who could think outside the box and really wasn't dissuaded from shooting for what others considered to be either foolishness or impossible, and just kind of go for broke. And so I think we're going to start out on the ground with our troops, but later as the game progresses, we will recruit and lead a cavalry division for our warband, because I really like Cav. So this is sort of the backstory I've come up with to justify that. So between these two, for the Vikings, probably either one is good. This looks really good. When you don't have Cav, you need to be fast on your feet, right? But man, health. So I'm taking that. Okay, so now whenever it comes to the focus points, I think I'm just going to dump both of them into athleticism. So we're at 4 and 4, and our next 2 focus points that we earn over the course of time will go in to finish these 2 off. So we're trying to, for those of you who don't know, I do want to explain this. Previously, the model I was working off of came from, I believe, Flasson 19 and Strat Gaming. And that idea was to plus up your intellect and social and put focus points into some of these skills, like especially stewardship and medicine, because they're hard to level. They were hard to level passively, whereas you're constantly in battle, so your battle skills are going to level up regardless. So that was the prevailing theory. Now, I don't know if the game has changed or if this is just a counter theory, and I may not even be getting it right, because I went to Tactical Enlightenment. That's sort of, he's been my go-to guy here lately. He is much more into the battle side of things, whereas Flasson 19 and Strat Gaming are more into, I think, the strategic side of things, the management of the overall game. Even though Strat Gaming does do quite a bit in the tactical side of things as well, but he tests everything. Tactical Enlightenment is really just into the military side of things. That's his area, that's his passion, that's his area of expertise. Now, I went looking to his channel and a couple others for how to level companions. And he was saying, get killers. Get killers first. You want them to be ranked up in these areas first, to be really good in the upper half of things. And then later, when they become party leaders, they will they will level up. Just, you can focus on this area, and they'll start to skill up in these areas just fine, even without the extra attribute points. Now, I don't know if that's also the approach he takes with the player character or not, so I'm kind of rolling the dice here. But I went ahead and decided that's the strategy I'm going to follow. One of the best playthroughs I had in Bannerlord, I kind of just did exactly that. I was a killer first. I became a monster on the battlefield, and a party leader second, and that stuff kind of started developing later on in the game. I also like the fact that I believe that reflects real life, and that as you as you're growing up as a kid, you're going to get trained in this side first. You're going to be a soldier first. You got to follow. You got to learn how to follow before you can learn how to lead. And so you'll be a soldier first, and then you will begin to level up in things like tactics, leadership, stewardship, medicine, engineering, etc., and putting these things together. So I like all of that, and that's the approach that I'm taking here. So we are 5 in vigor. We are 4 in control. We do have that 1 point put into intellect instead of another point into vigor. But that's where things lie right now. Okay, we're going to go to Ostican. I hope that was a good rundown. I tried to make it as quick as I could. Return to your party. I'm going to go trade. We're going to buy some food. And we're overweight for ourselves, but not for our galley, our ship. Okay, now we're going to go back to the port. I think he's out there. It doesn't show me the exclamation mark, but I think that's him on the docks. Nope. Ah, he's out. He's over there with the longboats. I love this stuff, man. It's really good ambiance, immersion. Looks real believable. Things are messy. But craftsmanship is being applied, and ships are being made.
Well, I sent off my letter, and I recommend you make the ones with us. The letter, though, I recommend.
This is where you get a really good breakdown, I think, of who the sea hounds are.
I recommend you make ready. I recommend you make. Well.
Okay. Off we go. I think they're going to be up this way. And we will fight.
They must think we're just a fishing vessel. All right now, boys. Let's show them that their prey has teeth of its own.
All right, we're going to lower this sail because we do have the wind. You can tell because it's up there in the green on the compass at the bottom right. I've noticed that if we are in these camera views, it doesn't look like I can board. You got to be in this camera view, I think. It's the only one I've been able to do it from. It's not like I've extensively tested it. Got him. Continue. Now we're going to want to disengage.
That's one sea. Splendid. I think I see them. Untie our ships and let's have at it. Soldiers!
XXXXX.
this one? Maneuver a bit, or just go straight at them?
I can't really tell which one I am. Oh, I'm looking the wrong direction, that's why. Okay, we're gonna go this way. I want to select my teammate and tell him to engage. I'm going to try and get onto their left flank.
Right hard, boy! Finish them!
Now I need my other boat to come in, my other ship, or we're gonna get chewed up here. That's my guy. I don't know if my guy ever linked up.
I'm new at this.
I don't believe you.
We purchased.
Are you?
Guna. As for
You lied. Alright. 42 troops left. So I guess we did alright. Talk to Gunnar.
Ah, greetings. Our one thing. Ah.
Things are moving right along. We're going to the Vlandians now to escort them from Hvalvik. I wonder how that's actually pronounced. Hvalvik. Man, I need to... Are there any Norwegians out there that can help us out here? I know that that H is... It's not silent. And I think these two are pronounced like one letter. Kind of like in English, we have TH. We'll say th. I want to say this is like a soft H. It's just I can't pull it off. Hvalvik. See, I keep saying it like it's two syllables, and I believe that the way that this would go is it's one syllable. All right, Vlandians.
If that's favor.
We will fight you. Wind is with us. Let's go ahead and unfurl our sail. See if we can get out in front of the Vlandians, so we can protect them properly. Rough seas. Let's see if we can ram them first. Oh man. Head on. Come on, get turned around. Overshot him badly. I can't believe how poorly this is going. Look at that. How in the world did we get that turned around? Oh, boys, I don't know, man. It is not letting me turn. Let's go to the right. Maybe we got to go with the waves. This is horrific. This is the worst experience I've had when it comes to sailing. Really, really, really poor. Just completely turned around. All right, raise sails and put your backs into it. We got to get over there, man. This is awful. And they act like they've already slaughtered the Valandians. Okay. We won the battle. Gosh, that was a bad experience. We only lost 3 troops. Yeah, but the Valandians lost 16. So, pretty god-awful. I feel embarrassed about that. We did not do our job. They shouldn't even pay us, man. That was bad. Okay, I'm switching to an axe because I want to be thematically correct. Even though there were like Dane Vikings or whatever they called them, sword Danes. Oh, you know what? I remember looking. No, we don't need to do that. We can stay with a sword. Because our perk points will be generalized. We're going to want a pole arm. Tier 4, but worse in every possible way except for weapon reach. This is something I just don't understand about Bannerlord and how they rate their equipment. I don't get that. Makes me not trust their system, you know? Okay, we're gonna have some more fights. We'll attack them. Oh, there they are in the distance. Okay. Do we have the wind? We do have the wind. Unfurl sails. So the ocean and its currents and waves, there's some physics in that, I believe, which I like. But you better learn them if you're gonna do good on the seas. smoked by arrows. Down I go. I've got control of another character. All right. We lost 8. That's a clear-cut upgrade. I had to mute mic and cough. Sorry about that. Okay, throwing axes. I don't want throwing axes. I'm going to use javelins. All the rest is loot. And we have upgrades in throwing, it looks like. I am going to take, I suspect quick draw is the better of the two. But I'm just kind of in love with the idea of destroying your opponent's shield. So I'm going to take Shield Breaker for our thrown weapons. Scouting, we'll take Day Traveler. I like the idea of catching up and defeating or what's the word? So like starting fights during the daytime more than I do at nighttime. So we'll take that. We also have another focus point here that we will put into one-handed. 28 troops versus 48 hounds. I don't know how this is gonna go.
There's 2 of them giving chase. We'll have to take one down quickly and hope the Vlandians can hold the other off until we reach them.
We're grappling them. We're in the drink. I don't know really how to get up. I'm expecting to see some sort of a hotkey. Defeat all sea hounds. I don't see any kind of tooltip. There we go. No. Hook. Options, gameplay, controls, control block, control attack direction. I don't know, I'll look at that another time. Visuals, camera, user interface, campaign. Where's my battle commands? Oh, key bindings. Here we go. Ah, shiznit, man. One last option here. Google Bannerlord War Sales. How do I get back and ship when I fall overboard? Enter. If you fall overboard, you can swim back to your ship. Your character can swim indefinitely without a time limit. To climb back aboard, use the climbing nets. Well, I was trying to do that. Our climbing nets are attached. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to go to... Oh, here we go. Cut us loose. This is the most trouble I've had, and I've played this mission a few times. Okay, lower sails. Come about.
I think the Vlandians are about to be overtaken and boarded. They're boarding the Vlandians.
Okay, we got victory. We were lucky.
Thanks the heavens. We would still...
We'll take the gift, but man, we don't deserve it. At least I learned some stuff there. That's always nice. Well, we have to actually... have to wait for the Vlandians to show up. There they go. And then that completes the quest.
Word spread fast.
So, I am Lara, the lady, father. I have my loyal crew and the swiftly boarder.
Okay. Uh, 33 days of food. Okay, we're looking good. We got 82 troops. I am at 25% health. It's a bunch of sea raiders there. I want to avoid them. Corsair? Yeah.
Ahoy! We're simple fishermen. We've no quarrel with you.
I don't believe you. Okay. Well, there's 3 of them. I think the seas are naturally pushing me to my right, so that's where I'm going to drift to. We got him. Looks like we just daisy chain over. Okay, we win. We did take 14 deaths. Oh, we should be ranking up. Okay, do we have any, that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. $13, so it's -2 there, +1, and +2. So that's an overall upgrade. That's an upgrade. Tier 2 sword. There's an upgrade. Do we have any gloves? 82, 370. No gloves. Okay. So all the rest is loot. Okay, you have reached the Gulf of Karas. Winds whip across the waves, carrying dust from the deserts, and visibility comes and goes. Lahar's ship keeps station several bow shots off of your port side. Lahar's ship keeps station several bow shots off of your port side, and together you comb the seas for the Corsairs. Okay, now this is where I'm going to pause it, because we are at close to an hour, so we're going to save as... We're going to call this ongoing 1. But also, I just happen to know that when we finish up with these guys, there's going to be a big one with like 120 troops. Now, I think we're just supposed to simply attack them. We've already killed some other ships where we were outnumbered, but I'd kind of like to ask the internet that real quick. Okay, what do we have here? Negative 15% armor weight plus 4% combat movement speed to tier 3 plus foot troops in your formation. I might take that. Plus 10% weapon handling while on foot. Plus 10% weapon handling to foot troops in your formation. Well, I'm already getting some good weapon handling up here. This would add to it, and the bigger number that you have, the more, because it's percentage based, the more of an impact it is. So the smart thing might be to take this one, but I'm going to go with this. This is going to, not only will the plus 4% raw combat movement speed make us faster, but reducing armor weight will be an additional speed bonus on top of that. It's like improving your speed while reducing your drag. That's what I think. That's how I think it works. So I'm going to grab form-fitting armor. We're going to dump a focus point into athletics. And trying to think here. I think I'm just going to focus vigor. I think I'm going to approach this the way that I do. Like, I have a philosophy when it comes to football, American football. There are positions that are known as hybrid positions, like tight ends and safeties. So let's take a safety for an example. That's a blend of a coverage first cornerback and a run stop first linebacker. This is traditionally speaking, right? That's what your safety is it's a blend of those two. They're bigger than cornerbacks, so they don't do as good in quick shifts. They can't cover guys one-on-one typically as good as cornerbacks can. But because they're bigger, they also hit harder, and they can get off blocks or through blocks better, and they can assist in the run game kind of like a linebacker. So when you're drafting one, what do you favor? My theory says you favor what their primary job is, and their primary job is in the secondary. I don't care if you're a strong safety or you're a free safety. I don't care what kind of scheme you play in. If you play a 46 defense and your strong safety is loaded in the box all the time, I don't care. When you're a safety, you're a part of the secondary. Your job number one is coverage, a zone, or taking out a tight end, or covering a running back coming out of the backfield. But that's the skill set that I look at first and foremost. Hammer, 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 hammer. Well, same thing here. When it comes to whether or not we're going to specialize, for example, in axe or in sword. If it comes to anything that's hybrid related, I want to find what a guy is good at or what he's supposed to be doing first. And I think right here, I want to go heavy into vigor, because even though throwing is a big part for Vikings or for the Nords, and we can do a lot of damage with those throwing weapons, I have a feeling we're gonna be excellent skirmishers, for example, which is really good. But first and foremost, we are meat cleavers. That's the theory that I'm running with. So I'm gonna plus up vigor first to get this one-handed and pole arm up. And our throwing is considered more of a secondary skill, even though it's a substantial one. All right, so we'll hit done there. And we will save over this again. And that brings us right at an hour 2, guys. Again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by this channel. I hope you like what you saw. More importantly, I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. And I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. TGIF to everybody. Hope you're going to have a fantastic weekend ahead of you. And I'll see you again on Monday, where we will have episode number 2 up. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we've got Crusader Kings 3 going. I say we a lot. It's me. It's my channel. I do everything here. I don't have any help. But I just speak communally, in community terms a lot. But I'll see you guys then. Y'all take care. God bless. It's you. You're half of you are mentally ill. The other half of you are sociopathic. You make trashy games that nobody wants to play, that's full of more sermons than it is good gameplay. It's your fault. Everybody hates you. Get used to this.
I've got a lot to say, can't hold it in this time. Got no filter, I got no filter. 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 No filter, I got no filter.
My side, the MAGA World Order, is loving this. We did this to you, by the way. And we want all the credit.